Hey, how's it going? This is Erica Laurelyn Johnson, and thank you for checking out my little portion of the Content Creators course. And in this particular section, I would like to welcome you to the Building a Business That Makes a Difference course. In this course, I'm going to take you through an outline that will allow you to truly build a business from the inside out that will actually make a difference in the world, but also at the same time will allow you to live out your purpose and accomplish whatever it is that you feel that you need to accomplish while you're here on earth. So even though this is one video that will be outlined in 5 main sections, and the workbook to this is can be found in the description below. Each of the 5 sections has its own theme, and in each section there will be what the theme focuses on, and then it will go into a reflection as well as a few questions for you to answer that will allow you to really truly brainstorm and kind of put everything together so that you're able to move forward. By the time you are done with this course, you will have a 100% online ready business that you can then go online and begin building an online presence for. So this is definitely something that you're going to want to either download the workbook or get out a pen and paper and take some notes so that you can write this information down and take action on what it is that you're learning. There will be many opportunities throughout this course for you to not only take notes, but to implement what it is that you're actually learning in the real world. Because after all, what's the point of taking a course if you're not actually going to implement and benefit from it, right? So with that being said, let's begin. So when building a business that makes a difference, one of the things that we really need to focus on in the beginning is the perspective. All too often, when you're doing something that's brand new to you, there's excitement, and with the excitement comes motivation, to learn how to do whatever it is that you're doing and to move forward. And then as you begin seeing results, that kind of feeds into your motivation and you keep going, right? However, once you've been at it for a while and you're kind of caught up in the thick of everything, it's really easy to kind of lose your focus and to kind of just get caught up in the everyday things that in time you actually begin to lose sight of why you even started in the first place and why it even mattered at all. It's at this stage when the most urgent things instead of the most important things get the most attention, and you find yourself tied to your inbox, tied to just responding to messages on social media, and you're really not actually moving forward at all. You're just you're basically, like how I like to illustrate this, is you're basically an octopus in skates, right? You're making a lot of movement, but you're not really going anywhere. And this is when you really need to take a step back and take a look at the big picture, of why it is that you're doing what you're doing and what it is that you're actually doing. And you want to do this from time to time, and you're going to find a time frame that's going to be good for you and your business. Some people like to do it, once every 30 days. Some people like to do it once every every 90 days. And some people like to do it quarterly, while others like to do it just once a year. So whatever works for you and your business, you're going to, just go based on that, okay? However, what I really want to stress at this point is it doesn't really matter the time frequency that you actually sit down to take a look at the overall big picture and where it is that you're wanting to go. What matters is that you actually do it, right? And so all too often we have goals where we want to get to point B, okay? We want to get from point A to point B. It's just like putting in a location in Google Maps and wanting to go to that location. Well, in order for Google Maps to actually generate a route for us so that we can actually get there, we have to have a starting location, right? And so the same thing is true with moving forward in our business. If we don't have the current location, we're never going to be able to create a route that will take us to the location that we want to be, in our business. So what I would really like for you to understand is it's not a one-time and then you're done type thing. It's something that you're going to be doing on a regular basis at whatever time frame is most relevant and appropriate for you and your business. Just keep in mind that depending on what time frame you choose, say if you were to do, every 30 to maybe even 60 or even 90 days, you're able to actually pivot in real time based on the information that you've gathered from the past, 30, 60, or 90 days. Whereas if you do it once a year, you've got a lot more data to sift through, and it can take a lot more time to actually implement your pivot and being able to move in any particular direction, right? I'm a big fan of doing it at least every 90 days or even every quarter. This way I can actually go based on the real-time data, and I can make on-the-fly decisions that allow me to pivot as needed. Regardless of the time frame that you choose for your business, it's important to at least stop and once or twice a year just reevaluate where you're at in your business and see if you're actually moving in the direction that you want to so as to reach your goals. The whole purpose of this is to just stop and recalibrate so that you're able to move forward with more confidence. Keep in mind that more often than not, all that's going to be necessary is just some small tweak that will allow you to reach your goals faster. Also keep in mind that there may be times where a complete overhaul is needed in order for you to reach your original goal. However, in order to regain perspective, it is required that you stop working in your business and start looking at your business to be able to make those decisions. Analyzing how far you've come and where you want to go is essential to helping you develop a roadmap that will lead you to success. Always remember that leaders are action takers, and they take the time to implement what it is that they learn. So this is the time that I would like for you, if you haven't already, to get out the notebook and a pen if you have not downloaded the workbook to this course. So the first question is, why did you start your business in the first place? Another option would be, why do you want to start your business in the first place? What is the vision that you have for your business? Question number 2. If you've been in business for a little while, are you still holding true to your original vision? If not, why not? What exactly is there that's changed? So keep in mind that if you are new and you are just starting out in your business, then don't worry about question number 2. Question number 3. Where do you want to be in 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, and even 10 years from today? Not only where do you see you being, but where do you see your business being? Question number 4. If you keep doing the things that you're doing right now, will you accomplish the goals that you listed in the previous question? Question number 5. If you could snap your fingers and change anything in your business, what would it be? Obviously, you want to avoid rushing through these questions, and you really want to take the time to come up with the answers to these questions. And keep in mind that there's no right or wrong answer. It's whatever is relevant for you and for your business. So no one else is ever going to see this information. It's just you, okay? So be completely honest with yourself, because it's only when you actually take inventory of where you are currently will you be able to move forward to what it is that you want in the future. And just remember that the whole purpose of these questions is to allow you to really see what's important to you and to see whether or not you're actually moving in the right direction. Now that we've gone over our perspective, it's time to define what our mission actually is. Are you able to clearly state what your mission is? If not, understand that this foundational concept goes way beyond simply making a profit. This is about having clarity about why your business even exists in the first place. Your mission is the driving force or the engine of your business. Now, before you go off doing a Google search on how to generate a mission statement, one thing that I want to point out to you is that a mission statement shouldn't be generated simply because every other business has one. And it also shouldn't be generic or vague. When someone reads your mission, they should know very well and very clearly what it is that your business actually stands for, the values of your business. Tim Berry, the originator of lean business planning, says he loves it when a mission statement defines a business so well that it feels like a strategy. Your mission is what gives you and your employees, if you ever decide to have any, or if you currently have any, purpose. It's also what will help you to set business goals and objectives and allow you to create strategies that allow you to achieve those goals and objectives. Berry also goes on to say, and I quote, "A good mission statement defines what the company does for its customers, defines what the company does for its employees, and defines what the company does for its owners." Some will go even further to include what the company does for its community and for the world. So now you want to take the time to really think about what it is that your business, how your business is unique. What good will your business accomplish? So why is your business different from other businesses in the same field? Keep in mind that if your mission statement could be used for any other business in the same industry, in the same field, then it's definitely not specific enough. Always remember that leaders take action and implement what it is that they learn. So in this section, I'm going to ask a few questions and really take the time to go through those questions and answer them as honestly as you can. Question number 1. What do you want to achieve as a business? For this question, take into consideration not only yourself, but if you plan to have employees, what would you like to accomplish for your employees? If you plan to give back to the community in some way, how would you do that? And if you'd ever like to get any kind of investors involved in your business to help you fund, fund resources, then definitely, you want to be able to look at it from their perspective as well. And what do you want your business to achieve for them? So now that we've answered this question, I'd like for you to really take a moment and think about what your mission actually is. Put that in a statement of 1 to 2 concise sentences so that when somebody were to read it, they would know who you are, what you do, why you do it, and just they'll have an overall view of what it is that you actually stand for in your business. Keep in mind that your mission statement should be broad enough to cover both you and any employees that you may have in the future, but also be realistic enough to be achievable. Question number 2. Based on the goals that you mentioned in the previous section, will your mission allow you to reach those goals? As always, take your time as you go through these questions and understand that your mission is your foundation. And if your foundation is unstable, then you're not going to be able to build a highly productive business on top of that. Now that we've defined what our perspective is and what our mission is, in this section, we're going to define what our brand is. Now, if you're sitting here and you're thinking to yourself, I don't even know what my brand is, don't worry, that's quite normal. In fact, most entrepreneurs have no idea what their brand actually is. And since you can't be all things to all people, getting clarity on what your brand actually is will allow you to target your actual audience. I like to think of it like this by using this illustration. The hunter that goes out to catch 5 rabbits catches none, right? So our brand is what allows us to get really crystal clear on who it is that we serve, so that when we are building our brand online, building a presence online, we're able to speak to that audience and nobody else. One thing that I really would like to point out here is that even if your company does serve more than one audience, the whole purpose of this exercise is to really narrow down into one thing that we can lead with, so that when it comes time for marketing, we're able to have very concise messaging to that specific audience. As people begin to know us and to see our businesses online, then they're going to be aware of all the other things that we do. And more people are going to want to have, do business with us. However, once you actually begin marketing your business, you're going to find that it's going to be very difficult to speak to 3 to 5 different audiences at the same time. And not only that, but your audience, all of those individuals between those 3 to 5 different audiences, they're all going to be confused as well, because nobody's going to know who it is that you're actually talking to. Which kind of leads me into one of my favorite quotes on the subject by John Williams, who's a contributor for Entrepreneur.com. He explained branding in this way, and I quote, "Branding is the most important aspect of any business, large or small, retail or business to business. An effective brand strategy gives you a major edge in increasingly competitive markets." Well, what exactly does branding mean? Simply put, your brand is your promise to your customer what they can expect from your products and services, and it differentiates your offering from your competitors. Your brand is derived from who you are, who you want to be, and who people perceive you to be. So in other words, your brand is not primarily about having a logo or custom color schemes or things of that nature. Your brand is what allows you to set yourself apart from other companies that are in the same industry as you. It's what makes you unique. It's what you can call your special sauce, or even your secret mojo. At the end of the day, it's your competitive edge. Strong branding will allow you to charge more because customers will have a desire to choose you over some other company. So really, you could say that your mission and your brand, they kind of go hand in hand. Always remember that leaders take action and implement the things that they learn. So in this section, I'd like you to go over these questions and take the time to really think about the answers to them and write them down. Question number 1. Based on your brand, what exactly makes you different from other companies in your industry? Question number 2. Why should someone choose your product or services over that of your competitors? Question number 3. Summing up your brand in a single sentence, what is your niche? Now, before we move forward, I'd like for you to take a look at the answers that you've given for today and the answers that you've given for the previous section. Based on the information that you have so far, does your brand and your mission go hand in hand? You really do want them to be in line with each other. While your mission statement is what guides the internal organization, your branding is what focuses on what your customers want or need. So now that we have the proper perspective and we've defined what our mission and our brand is, in this section we're going to define what our culture is. And if you're just starting out, how you can implement this is just as we go through this content, keep in mind of how you would like your culture to be. Every business has a culture, and no two businesses are alike. Even the smallest of businesses has a culture. A healthy culture will allow you to move forward and retain employees, retain clients or customers, while a toxic one will effectively drive those people, whether it's your employees, customers, or even clients. And a toxic culture will be what repels those people. To kind of give you an idea of what I'm actually referring to when I say culture, I'd like for you to think back to the last few jobs that you've had. Now, depending on the culture of those locations, you may have either enjoyed working there, or you may have been happy when you actually quit, right? So a culture is what causes people to say, I really like working at this place, or I really like doing business at this place. And a culture is also what causes people to say, I'd really like to get out of that place. I'd like to find another job. I can't stand that place. Statements like that. So whether your business has been around or you're brand new, one of the things that I would like you to keep in mind is that your business is going to have a culture, or it already does in case it's been around for a while. In which case, is it something that you've intentionally created, or is it something that has just kind of happened? Now, the good thing about being new in business is that you now have the opportunity to intentionally set the kind of culture that you would like for your business to have. And if your business has been around for a little while, then that's fine. Just take stock of what the culture is, and we'll do that in the action section. Just understand that your culture is what's either going to make or break your business in the long term. And also, too, like we mentioned in the first section, when we said that your values are on display in your mission, it's those same values that are the underlying factor of the type of culture that your business either is going to have or currently already has. And it's what employees and customers and clients are going to experience on a day-to-day basis. And as it relates to inside your actual business, when it comes to people that you are collaborating with, or if you have any employees, or if you intend to have employees, it's essential that all of the people that are involved inside the business feel that their contribution makes a difference and that they are valued and cared for. When those individuals feel recognized for the unique place that they fill, you will see that they will go above and beyond to actually help move the business forward. All in all, an attitude of we're in this together is what should permeate the entire company. Keep in mind that if you're going to achieve your mission, along with remaining true to your brand, it's vital that you maintain a culture that allows people to trust you and makes them want to work with you. Remember, leaders are action takers, and they implement the things that they learn. So in this section, as we go over these questions, I'd really like for you to, if you haven't been in business for very long, or if you've been in business for a while, either way, I'd like for you to really take a look at what your culture is or how you want your culture to be, and focus on that as you go through these questions. Question number 1, what is the current culture of your business? Or, what is the culture that you would like to create for your business? Question number 2, what are the strengths of your culture? What are its weaknesses? And if you've been in business for a while, is there anyone that's causing toxicity within the culture? Keep in mind that just because someone is causing toxicity within the company doesn't entirely mean that you want to get rid of them. Perhaps there is somewhere that you can move them so that they're able to do their job, but still but have very low impact on the people around them. Also, too, keep in mind that if there is someone that's causing toxicity within the environment, that it may be time to let them go. You have to really weigh the pros and the cons of how such actions will affect your company and the rest of your team. While firing somebody may be difficult, it's necessary in that it sometimes needs to be done so that you allow your company to move forward. Question number 3. Is your current culture supporting your highest values, or is it making it difficult to achieve them? Question number 4. What are some manageable steps you can take to create a healthy business culture that propels you towards your mission while at the same time helps you stay true to your brand? Question number 5. Who can help you implement these steps? Now, this could be a mentor, it could be a business investor, it could be a business partner, it could be your employees if you have any. It can be anybody that will give you a sense of accountability and that can help you actually implement what it is that you're doing throughout this course. And now that we've identified our perspective, we've defined what our mission and our brand is, as well as defined what our culture is, or what we want it to be. In this section, we're going to bring it all together. And we're going to see how all of these elements come together to enable you to build a significant business that you can be proud of. And if you've made it this far, I would really like to take the time to congratulate you for taking the time to participate in this course. Because by taking this course, you recognize a need for a fresh perspective on where you've been and where you plan to go with your business. This fresh perspective will allow you to re-energize your business for success. Whether your original vision has remained the same or it's evolved as time has gone by, taking the time to see where you're at in your business will allow you to sharpen the focus of your business and help your business grow. Each step of the way, a clear mission is what keeps you on track to reaching your business goals, whether that be in a year from now, 3, 5, or even 10 years from now. With a clearly defined mission, a purpose is evident not only to you, but to your employees, to your customers, to your clients, and quite possibly to the rest of the world. To those within the business, each one understands and collaborates on what to provide for the customers or clients, how they'll impact the community, and even what your business can do to contribute good to the world. The uniqueness of your business is what will set you apart from everyone else in the same industry, and this is what your brand is. With strong branding, it's what will allow your customers to choose you rather than choose someone else. Not only does this give you a competitive edge, but it helps to foster long-term customer loyalty and even client retention. But in order for your customers, your employees, your clients to remain loyal to your company, it's vital that you have a healthy business culture. A business culture that's strong and healthy is what will help to cultivate that loyalty and strong identification to the overall mission of your business. Satisfied employees, customers, and even clients will have your back even during the most challenging of seasons. Always remember that leaders take action and implement the things that they've learned. By now, you've clearly defined not only a mission statement, but a brand statement as well. Now it's time to decide and to think about how these two statements will be communicated to everyone that takes part in the business, as well as letting the rest of the world know who you are. And that's question number 1. Question number 2. How can these be strategically reviewed on a regular basis? Many successful businesses have either signs made or even have the mission statement stenciled onto the wall inside the front entrance or at key areas within the organization. You also want to ensure that your mission statement is readily available on not only your website, but also on any social media channel that you may be active on. Something that many companies do is schedule either a yearly or twice yearly event in which everyone within the business is invited, and the whole purpose of the event is not only for the company to get together and to just be together, but it's to emphasize what the mission is, to kind of help keep that alive and to establish that as its culture. Some companies will take their employees, or business partners on cruises, or they'll go on a vacation somewhere. So it's definitely something that you want to get everybody involved and find out what everybody likes to do and see if there's something that you can set up so that you can have a very enjoyable event for everyone involved. And you don't want to just have an enjoyable event. You also want to plan ahead and ask for stories, successes, and lessons learned from each individual that will be taking part in this event. But most definitely make it festive, and remember to sincerely thank everyone for their contributions and be specific to who it is and what they've done and how they've contributed to the success of your business. And this is also a perfect time to get everyone involved on where it is that you want to take the business within the next 1 year, 3 year, 5 years, 10 years down the road. And with that being said, I'd like to congratulate you on completing the Building a Business That Makes a Difference course. No doubt this course has helped provide you with some insights on how to move your business forward and on to even greater success. And if you've made it this far and would like to take it a step further, be sure to check out our Build an Online Presence course, where we actually take you hand in hand to help you build an online presence. To get access to that course, simply reach out to me by clicking the link in the description below, and I look forward to getting in touch with you. Bye-bye.